So here we have the MB300 mailbox. We already have it mostly assembled. Just want to go over a couple assembly things. All right, so from the very beginning here, when you receive the box and the package, you're going to have the pole. It's a one-piece pole, and then that's going to be in one box. And inside that box, you'll also have the fork. The fork will be inside the base, inserted into the bottom of the pole. Okay, that's how it'll come shipped. All of your hardware, including your fork and pole hardware, will be with the mailbox. Okay. So when you receive the mailbox, you'll also receive this address plaque, which to assemble this address plaque, there's a nut and a bolt inside here that just has to be tightened down. Yeah, you can tighten it by hand. If you want to get an extra firm tightening, you probably use a tool to reach in there and tighten it up. Okay. The other thing that will be shipped with the box is what we call the S-scroll. It's on the bottom here. Okay. Lots of times it's underneath the styrofoam packaging of the box. Sometimes the address plaque is underneath as well, or sometimes the address plaque's inside the box. Okay. And as far as installing the S-scroll, if you look here underneath here, there's you have a washer and a nut and a bolt that comes through the inside of the box. You can see inside here. So there it is right here. It comes through the bottom. Got that. And it secures here. Okay. Should be unlined there in the middle of your box. Okay. If you look in the back here, I just want to show you the assembly, how the box, other than sitting on the S-scroll, there's also 4 bolts, 3 of which we've already put in. I've actually got one in my hand here, just to show you that I'll go through the back bracket. Drop it here. Okay, here we go. Through the back bracket and inside. And of course, then you'll get a lock washer and a regular washer and a nut to put on inside. And show you that back bracket, what we're talking about here. It's just two braces with 4 bolts. Okay. Other than that, that's really all the assembly. Other than there is a fork. You see the fork that I had out earlier. Essentially, it mounts to the bottom. I would recommend attaching the fork using the 4 bolts. Come with it here. There's four bolts here. Facing downward, the bolts, they go through the base into the fork. Tighten them. Install the pole. Obviously, you do all this. You connect the fork and the pole before you put it into your hole with your concrete or however you're installing it. Of course, you could mount this to a sidewalk, right, if you were to. In that case, you wouldn't need a fork at all if you had a pre-existing concrete area that you were mounting to. The last thing I could show you here, just more of a maintenance and adjustment standpoint, is the magnet here. We use a magnet system, and we use a metal latch here. If you were to have any issues with that, we've made it adjustable. So you take a screwdriver, you can use your finger, and this can be adjusted if necessary. Alright, and there it is, all the way recessed back. It could always come out just a little bit if you needed it to. Okay, but it should just have a nice flush finish. Okay, shouldn't leak, shouldn't have any problems like that. So just make sure that it's got a nice, that it's completely flush and shut. Okay, from the inside, this piano hinge right here, there are these little bolts right here. These things are assembled and shipped and moved around a bunch, and so if anything, when we initially put them on, they might not be over tightened. So you could, once you tighten them down, they have little washers on them. They shouldn't loosen back up on you. But when you initially receive it, if there's any looseness there, you can, in fact, you might want to loosen them and retighten them just to get the perfect alignment if necessary. But we've gone with this piano hinge because it shows that it can last a decade or more without any issues, because it has just the continuous strength all the way across here, as opposed to just using latches on the ends, which previous models have had. Okay, if you have any questions about your installation or your assembly, just give us a call.